What's up, guys? How are we doing on this lovely, lovely Friday? We are back another day, another pod, episode 11, the Flip Side Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Danny Flip Reardon, and we're going to make this a quick, light show. I know that everyone's got some weekend plans to do. Everyone's got some weekend beers to delete. So I don't want to keep you up. I don't want to have to chew your ear for an hour, but you got to get a little recap. We are going to go over Matthew McCormick, his weekly power rankings, and compare them to mine. We're going to look at the NFL slate, and I'm going to pick what game against the spread I'm going to like for every single game. So far in the season, first 2 weeks, I went 10-6, 10-6. Last week, I went 7-9. So I'm 7 and like 20, I don't know, 27 and 21 or something on the year. That ain't too bad. They ain't too bad. And then I'm going to show previews of our matchups in the Fantasy Football League. And then that's that. And it's time to delete some beverages. So without further ado, let's dive into it. We have Commissioner Matthew McCormick. Let's see. Yes, here we go. All right. So week 4, power rankings from Matthew Berry himself, Matthew McCormick, game of the week, Battle of the Frauds, Scone versus Pern. I believe those are the bottom 2 teams in points. One's 3-0, one's 0-3. I believe. I actually have no idea. Pern won a gritty game last week against Sidler, so he's 1-2. Honorable mention: Flip versus Tuck. As of right now, outside of Team Pepper, I don't think ABCD is cooler than anyone else. They're definitely getting hot at the right time. And Tucker actually put up a not embarrassing performance last week. So round of applause to Tucker. Tucker, if you listen to this, congrats, man. So we got Flip, who's put up 165, 160 last 2 weeks. We got Tuck, who after a tough 2 weeks, first 2 weeks, he was the worst scorer. 2 weeks in, both weeks. Last week, won a 136 dub over Timmer. So, should be a high-scoring game. Should be fun. Let's see it. Starting at 1, we have JD. Flipper at 2. I move up 4 spots. Tugwell fell from 1 to 3. Spellman stayed where he's at. Barnes, we got Barnes really jumping. Biggest jump of the week. Barnes from 10 to 5. Corms dropped. Scone stayed the same. Then we have Tuckbean with a very generous 8th. Perns, Teddy, Beach, and Andy to finish it out. So let's hear this thoughts and concerns from our commish. Starting at 12, we have Sittler. Nothing like trading for a guy than not starting him. One thing, if you have a better option before net against the Rams front, and in a game where Tampa Bay was not going to be blowing them out. Come on, man. Losing McCaff sucks, which isn't the biggest bright spot on the team, which was the biggest bright spot on the team. Don't know how you feel about Sittler, feels about Bobby Woods, but he has to be a little worried. Gonna need some guys to step up. Hurt's been solid. Other than that, it's tough to point out any positives. Hopefully better days are ahead for Sittler. May need to start practicing his comedy routine. All right, 11, we have Beeger. Beeger's a team right now that is hard to predict other than Thielen scoring and Henry getting yards. Herbert finally looked good, as does Andrews. But my big concern is mostly the Bears flat out stink. I don't know if it gets better. Yada, yada, yada. It says not having T sucks. Don't think Hollywood's the guy. And Beach's team, I'm a little worried. Next, we have Teddy, a rare rise in power rankings after a loss. Swift is looking good for him. Gesicki's looking very good with Brissett. Saquon's coming into his own. Lockett isn't all too banged up. He's 0-3, but he has better days ahead of him. Next, we have Pern. Team Pern has gone unnoticed in terms of being frauds because of Scone's 3-0 record. I mean, least points in the league. He has second least points against. I feel the same way about A-Rob as I do Monty. The Bears stink, and I don't know if it gets better. JT's starting to piss me off. This team actually has to put it all together before I think they're legit. Sorry, mate. Let me get Tucker. Tucker won a game. All seriousness, they cannot win on it. His team can still win on any given week. Love Deontay trade. That was a very good trade by Tucker. Got a guy he likes. He gets peppered. Najee ain't getting 13 catches again. Probably not. Gibson had that 170-yard receiving touchdown. AJ Brown. So who knows? Tucker, you are 8th. Next we have Scone. 3-0. Does he think he's a playoff team? No, but he wins or wins. I'm not moving him up because there's no way he can keep weaseling his way out of these matchups. Pitts looked like every other rookie tight end, and Barnes got a haul for him. This league apparently loves Dame Harris, so may the best of Scone's team has yet to come. There you go, Sconey. Now we got playoffs. 6, we have Commish. He had a bad loss. He's 1-2. He does not want to go 1-3. He doesn't have CH anymore, so that's a bright spot. Kareem Hunt. He has Kareem. Oh no, he has Chubb. Don't think Kareem sustains his performance. Okay. Bounce back week, but definitely in shambles. Next, we have Barnes at 5. Kareem Hunt ain't dropping 20 a week. Good RB2. Barnes does not have an RB1. Rojo is not even an RB6. I don't know if he'd start in a 24-man league, but it is what it is. He does have 2 stud tight ends. We'll see how he trades one of them for a running back because he dearly needs it. And so that's that. Now we have 4. We have Timmer. Yeah, not much to say about Timmy. His team's been very consistently average. And when you're consistently average, you end up winning games in fantasy because when you lose the games is when you have a Mike Gesicki goose egg in your tight end spot. So Spellman will win some games. He'll definitely be right 4. He's definitely above Barnes and Corms. And in my opinion, yeah, definitely above Barnes and Scone. And Scone too, but Corms. So you got Tugboat loss. Obviously, Miles Sanders 2 carries is just unreal. Zeke's definitely still a stud. Top 3 wide receiver duo. It's tough to point out a weakness. He has a deep flex. 2 is me. We have talk about due for a win. Another monster week. I mean, this team is just who I wouldn't want to see right now. DJ, I think, is what we call get peppered. Edmonds a fine RB2 with Kittle getting back to form. There isn't much to not like about this team, just an absolute stacked wide receiver trio. And if you're going to beat Flipper, you're going to have to score. Don't see this team putting up a lot of duds. Thank you, Commish. Next, we got number 1, Pepper Boy. Got to give credit where credit's due. Team is legit. They get peppered. They can perform. Brandon Cooks, he's looking very good this year. Jacoby, Mike Will. Jay just looks like he got a very solid roster finally, top to bottom. However, part of me thinks JD's team is already peaking. Okay, Corms, pop off. How much better does Cook and Mike Will get? Maybe I'm just a hater. Maybe I just like hearing JD bitch. But either way, extremely impressive start for the kid. Don't see him stopping now. All right. So with that is the recap of the week 4 commissioner sneaky power rankings. So with that, we are now going to bounce around and we are going to hit here we go. This a little bear. There we go. Okay, so we're looking at the matchups for this week. We have me against Tuckbean. We have Sittler against Timmer, Pern Scone, Beach, Scoltetti, JD Barnes, and Commish versus Tugboat. So let's take a look at these matchups and let's see what we like here. Actually, I don't want to start with my team. I gotta get loose before I start diving into me and Tucker's matchup. We'll start with a lot less of a marquee matchup for the week. We'll work our way there. Oh, I didn't plug in my laptop. That's why. That was a close one. Laptop's on 2%. It's not plugged in. There we go. All right, we're gonna start with the poopy teams. Vibey OBJ Poops. And what's the other one? Team Poo Poo Smith Schuster. Bro, I don't care. We gotta look at Poo Poo Smith Schuster. I'm sorry for that. All right, let's see. Okay. Chuba is projected like 14.5. Don't know what CH and OBJ are going to give you. Looking at it, I think that Spellman team wins. Murray Cooper or Galladay. Let's see him get in the end zone. It is projected to be literally a poopy fest. 119 to 113. I'm going to go with Team Poops. Schusters. Next, we got Scone, Team Fraud. Let's see. Dalvin Cook's healthy. I like him. Jonathan Taylor, a little suss out. A-Rob sussed out, like Dalton Schultz. Josh Jacobs, touchdown dependent. Ooh, damn. I mean, I think that Pern is, he's projected. How the hell is he projected? Oh, Gronk is probably projected 0 now because he's not playing. Oakley, enough. And Julio, so we can't really know exactly what these projections are going to look like, but I hate to say it, I like Scone's team this week. Playing the Eagles, man, I think that Mahomes is trying to win by 30. I think he could put up a 40-point fantasy matchup. Damn, I don't know why, but I'm feeling Scone this week. I think Pern's going to win, but I think that Scone has the ability to make this a lot closer than expected. Next, we got some mids. This is just a stinky mids game. How does he have that low points projected? Oh, Claypool's not playing. So instead of Claypool, sheesh. I mean, Waddle will be a fine play. So Waddle's probably projected like 12. So we'll give you 116. So you're still projected to lose. No Julio, no AJ Brown. Derrick Henry is going to run everywhere. He's going to run to Europe and back. He's going to run for every yardage possible. I would take any prop at any amount of yards without question. I'm already taking him parlayed with the Titans to win. Him going over 113, 112 and a half rushing yards. He's going to have that by halftime. The Jets stink. They stink. I took it right before the odds changed. So the parlay is at 2 plus 215, I believe. So let's go. I mean, if Saquon and Swift both put up like 20-point games so they can keep up, I don't know. This is really a toss-up, I guess I would say. Beach, but I mean, Dak, Brady's going to want to put up a crooked number against his old team. So Chris Godwin can go absolutely off. So I think if he goes off, I think if Dak has 3 touchdown game, I think that Tits is definitely in there. But if I was a betting man, I would say Beeger. Next, we got Commish versus Tugboat. Damn, Tugboat's projected what? 132? Sheesh. First 130 or projection. That means absolutely nothing. Team Tugboat. I would hate starting Robert Tonyan. You are literally just hoping that he gets a touchdown. Last week, though, he did have a little bit more usage, but I don't know. I just do not trust him. Mike Evans, biggest hit or miss you'll ever see. I mean, I think that these are just more boomer busts. Kyler can go for, he's playing the Rams, so he might get locked down. Chubb will have a good game. Terry should have a good game. Mike Evans, I could see him having a good game, but I'll see him put up 6. Tonyan, I don't know. Devontae Smith, I guess. Tyler Boyd, 20 in your flex spot is definitely going to help. So I'm going to go with Team Tugboat. All right, let's go to my game. Second to last. Why not? So right here, I think that it's on projected 130. And he's projected 123. So 7-point favorite, but I think that could be a better game. I don't know. I think Deontay hasn't been playing much this week, practice-wise. So, just can't have him get 10 for 115. Bullshit. Cole Beasley, huge boomer bust. Antonio Gibson, if it wasn't for his 75-yard receiving touchdown last year, who knows? Have another dud. I don't know if Najee gets another 13 touches, but Josh Allen can put up 50 on the Texans. DK, rivalry game, can have a 2-tutter, 80-yard game. Antonio Gibson playing a bad Falcons. I think he's finally going to take off. I could see him putting up 2 tutties. So I think Tucker's team is going to put up points. I think the winner is going to have to put up like 145, honestly. Tom Brady could put up, I think he's probably projected low 20s. I would project him like 26 at least right now. He's going to go, and I would Not be surprised there's a rushing touchdown, or if on a goal line they do a rollout sneaky play or something like that. But like his return, he's going to want to put up 45 points on and win by 30. So I think I'll have a good game. Aaron Jones, I don't really know how people do against running backs do against Pittsburgh. I think Joe Mixon had a good week last week. I know you just got to hope Aaron Jones is Aaron Jones. Chase Evans, I'm a little sus about. Rams, he really is only going to get points if he's on the dump-off game because he's not scoring on the goal line against that defensive front. I think Jetta can go off. I think DJ Moore could put up 20 points right now. No CMC is going to get absolutely peppered. Kittle's questionable. If not, I have no idea who I'm starting at tight end. I don't even think I have a backup. Yeah, I'd have to pick up a backup. If George Kittle's hurt, then I'm screwed. Chidi. I think it'll be a good game. I think that the winner is going to have to put up 145, I believe, because I think both teams can put up at least high 130s. There's some guys that can boom or bust more on Tucker's side, I would say. Najee, Antonio Gibson both can, and only because those two guys both could go for 24 points each, but also they could easily go for 8 each. Cole Beasley, you got like 10 targets, like 3 targets, and 12 targets. So we'll see how that goes. Houston's defense sucks also. Damn. And then, yeah, I know. I think it should be a good match, but also I'm not going to say it. Tucker's going to beat me. Fuck out of here. So I'm obviously going to win that game. You're going to go to the bank, take out every single penny you own. You're going to take it to your bookie, and you're going to say, I need easy as A, B, C, D, money line this week. 1 o'clock games, money line. 4 o'clock games, money line. The entire week, money. Come on now. Hit the over. Hammer that over. 130? Come on now. I'll put a 20 burger on that over right now. Stop playing with me. Whew. All right. Gotta get hyped because I cannot go 1-3 while having a better team. Last one, we got fresh ground pepper versus Barnes. It's gonna be a stinky game. I mean, Barnes can put up 160 points. JD can also. JD can do it a lot more consistently. Jamar Chase, if you found the end zone, that would have been huge. Gonna need a 20-point game out, 20 burger out of Kelsey, probably 16 to 18 pointer from Waller Cam. Kareem Hunt's got to find the end zone. You got to do something for Ronald Jones, bro. You can't seriously go in every week and think that you have a fighting chance with Ronald Jones as your RB1. Come on now. Stop playing with me. JD's really gonna bench cookies for Jacoby Myers. Buffalo. Tampa Bay. They're also gonna be down, so they're probably gonna air it out. Respect that move, J Diz. I think that JD wins, but I think if you run this situation, that does not make sense. I think that if you run this simulation of fresh ground pepper versus Team Barnes 100 times, say 10 times, I think that JD wins 7 out of the 10 times. But I also think that Barnes puts up 150 or more 4 or 5 times. So I think if Barnes could put up, he might get lucky. He might hope that Mike Will starts to cool down. Maybe that Brandon Cooks was the player over Jacoby. Gonna come down Monday night to the Ekman. Him against and Waller. Damn, okay. Eckler versus Waller could be a very interesting Monday night showdown for sure. But I'm gonna go with fresh ground pepper. And then next we're gonna go into my picks for this week. Okay, so I've been picking games every single week. All 3 weeks, I've picked every single NFL game by the spread, just purely for fun. Put it on my spreadsheet so I can know just how accurate I am by betting on every single game. Instead of seeing how good you are as a bettor and looking at a sample, I'm giving you the population. So I could do anything with that. Also, just a fun number for me to have in my head. So without further ado, went 10-6 week 1, 10-6 week 2. That's what we call fucking consistency. And then 7-9 last week brings me to 27-21. I'm okay with that. I'm now 27-22. I took Bengals -7.5. I don't know why. I normally tell myself that I always take anything more than a touchdown because there's a slight chance the NFL that the game's really going to be a blowout. Because the long season, 17 games, teams like taking their foot off the pedal. Look at the Buccaneers against the Falcons. I didn't even watch that game, but the Falcons had no business putting up like 35 and having a 1 touchdown game late in the fourth quarter. That was just a team that was cruising, took the foot off the gas. So I always will take +7.5 or more, without a doubt. Just lock me in for that. I don't know. I just wanted to root for the Bengals. I probably should have taken the points. It was a close game, so I'm now 27-22. So let's dive into this. I still might change my mind on some of these because I made them very last second right before I pressed start on the pod. So Washington against Atlanta. I think I'm going to take Washington -1.5. Atlanta's just not that good. They're playing a good defense. I think that the Washington football team wins by a field goal. I think it could be a weird game, like an 18-14 game maybe or something like that, like a random score. But I think 1.5 at that point. I think 1.5 is just as basically betting money line. I don't think they're going to win by 1 point. I don't think it's going to come down to the last play. I think they're going to be up most of the game. So -1.5 is practically just taking them in the money line. So I'll take that. I want to take Detroit here because they've been playing so well. But also I realized that I think maybe it's just only because it's only 2.5, maybe it should be 3.5. But the fact that it's even and the fact that Detroit's been playing really well recently, putting up a fight against the Niners, a fight against, not really against the Packers, first half fight, ran out of some juice, and then should have beat the Ravens last week. I think everyone and their mother's going to be on the lines. I think that the Bears are so disgusting that I'm taking them -2.5. Give me that. Titans, the little sauce me out because it was -7.5 earlier in the. It's because no AJ Brown and no Julio. Guess what? Don't care. I just don't. I don't care. Yeah, what's there to care about? It's the Titans playing the Jets. Yeah, they're missing AJ Brown. Got some bricks. Julio, whatever. Tannehill is still not bad. And you're also running against the freight train that's DH Gate. Like, you think anyone outside of Quinnen Williams knows how to tackle that guy? No, that man's going to run for every yard he can. He's going to go for 500 yards. Book it. No, but he's going to go for at least 113. Book it. Okay, why are we still talking about this? Titans -6.5, no brainer to win by fucking 14-17. I would actually take an alternate line of them to win by double digits. I would like that. Browns, this looks like a trap. The Vikings are the biggest trap team in football. I knew it was a trap last week. They're +2 against the Seahawks. I knew that was a trap. I know this is a trap. I'm taking the Brownies though. Taking the Brownies. They'll run it ground and pound right down Minnesota's throats. Don't know if Dalvin's going to be playing or if he's going to be 100%. Next, we got Colts Dolphins and revenge game, some are saying, for Jacoby Brissett, but also I think it's more a get back on track game for the Colts more than a revenge game for Jacoby Brissett. He's just not a good quarterback. So what's the revenge? That's like, that's just so dumb. That's stupid. That's like, it's like Danny Green going from the Lakers to the Sixers, and they're like, oh, Danny Green revenge game, first game back. No one cares about Danny Green. Okay, no one cares about Danny Green. No one cares about Kobe Brissett. Okay, get over it. Colts get back on track. I like their money line as well. Book it. Then +1.5. Carson Wentz gets his first win as a Colt. Let's see it. Panthers Cowboys. I like Cowboys -4 so much. I'm going to take +4 Panthers. So I think the Cowboys are very good. Yeah, I do also think that Sam Darnold has a true connection with DJ Moore. Yes. I think that Chuba Hubbard has a solid game. I think he finds the end zone, at least over 50 yards rushing for sure. If I was a betting man, which I am. +4 is just a good amount. I don't know. They could lose 21-24. +4 is a good amount. +4 is too much for a team that is undefeated past 3 games. I know it's only been 3 games, but they're not a bad team. They whipped the Saints. +4, good team. Next we got Giants +7, but I really don't like this. I'm changing it to the Saints. The Giants just aren't good. I see this pushing, if anything. I just don't see this. I see the Giants not losing by a touchdown. I think this pushes very easily. If it was 6.5, I'd love it. If it was +7.5, I'd probably go Giants because I think that they lose by a touchdown. Chiefs. Slap me silly. Like, I know I said you always take the points if it's 7.5 or more, but if it's a very good team against a very not good team, Chiefs, Eagles, the Chiefs also, Patrick Mahomes has never lost 2 games in a row. You think he's doing it now against the damn Eagles? No, Eagles look like poo-poo Schusters on Monday Night Football. They're going to win by 27 points. This is not going to be a close game. There's going to be a 38-14 game. Book it. Slap them silly. Texans +17 is just a lot. It's just a lot. Tyrod Taylor's playing. I would love this. David Mills, not really. Just gotta hope that it's kind of just a boring game and they lose by like 28-7 or something like that. 28-10, 31-10. No, that wouldn't cover. Where? 31-10. No, that's 21 points. Whatever. 17's a lot. It's not that I'm more confident. It's not that I like it. I would think that I'm more confident in the Texans losing by less than 17 than the Bills to win by 17. Because to do that, you need to try. Because if you're playing a team that's this bad, that it's not even like a statement win, like put your throat, like your fucking foot through their throat. Like, no, it's not like you're obliterating the Chiefs like they might do next week, the following week. It's not that. Like, it's not like a statement game. Like, we are the best team. Don't mess with us playing the Texans, man. So put me out there at quarterback for the Buffalo Bills on Sunday. I could beat the Texans, man. They stink. And they don't want to win. So they're going to go up big. And then I guarantee by the third quarter, by the end of the third, you're going to see Mitch Trubisky and they're going to be up like 38-10 or something like that. So I'm just going to take the +17 because there's no reason for the Bills to want to step on their throats and just be that much more tired when they play next week. Cardinals, I'll take +4.5. Rams are a very good team, but Cardinals got a really good offense. +4.5, it's a good amount for a good team. Niners -2.5. Seahawks are frauds. Baltimore -1. A little sus about this because the Broncos were -1 the entire week. Don't know what happened there. I guess the KJ Hamler news, but I didn't really think he'd make 2 points worth of a game. Steelers all +7 because I think they're a solid team. I think they just played bad last week. And then Bucks, I'm going to take -7 because Brady's going to want to go for 1,000,000 yards. Last but not least, I'm going to take Raiders +3 because it's a rivalry game and it's a Monday Night Football game. It's going to be a good game. So that's why I am going with that. And with that, that concludes our episode 11 of the Flip Side Podcast. I hope that everyone enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see how this week unfolds. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. As always, catch you on the flip side. Be good.